A little bit about myself. I am the seventh child of 8 children born to a beautiful mother and my father back in Holyoke, Massachusetts. I was just born in Holyoke, Massachusetts. I was raised in the District of Columbia, my elementary school, junior high, and high school. I graduated from Roosevelt Senior High School, which is uptown DC. And that is where I'm from. That is where my roots grow, and that is where everyone knows me. Well, my mom and my father both passed from a very serious disease back in the 80s, a big boom with HIV. Unfortunately, both of my parents passed away from the disease, and they're no longer here with me. At 9 years old, when my mother died, I realized then that a lot of things was about to be different for me. At 9 years old, I was grocery shopping for my family, doing all of my own retail shopping as far as my uniforms, school supplies, and just about everything. So I grew up a lot faster than all the other kids around me. I was definitely one of the more unfortunate kids in the neighborhood. As different things were becoming a trend, I was definitely at the end of them. When I was in junior high school, it was all the girls, if you had money or if you knew what fashion was, you was wearing Parasucos. I didn't have any of those Parasucos. I was not that girl. I was not the one who was sitting all into the fashion and all of the fun. Growing up fast, I also became a parent very early. So while in high school, I was a teenage mom. I gave birth to my first child at 17 years old, a little bit, maybe about 3 weeks after my 17th birthday. And all through my 12th grade year, it was probably one of the hardest things that I ever had to do, because fucking up throughout school from 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, I was so behind in all of my credits. I was in night school and day school, school starting at 9 a.m. and I didn't get home until 9 p.m. and then had to deal with a brand new infant. On top of that, who was premature, and I was raising by myself. Things just continued to keep on getting harder for me, and I just really needed a break. I needed to figure out what it was that I needed to do with myself. Continuously, trials and tribulations, they just seem to follow me. I'm not going to sit and bore you with the ins and outs and everything that I've been through, because everybody has a story. Everybody has been through numerous bullshit and has basically just have to deal with it. But me personally, the reason why I'm sharing what it is that I have been through and what paths I actually took is because all of those paths and everything that I did, they led me to where I am today. I'm now a mother of 3, and being a mother of 3 is definitely not easy. It continues to be a challenge for me, especially since having my first child so early. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with him with the streets, and that's just something that I never wanted for my child, but it's unfortunately something that is happening to me. And it doesn't just happen to me. It's not nothing that I did. I don't feel as though I was faulted in any type of way, but I'm doing the best that I can, just like my parents, my grandmother, and all of my friends. I've always been a very intuitive type of person. I've always wanted to make money. I've always loved money. I've had a job at 15 years old. I started working at McDonald's. So working was never something that was foreign to me. I've always had a job, but being as though I was a mom on top of having a job, my first job that I lost, I still had bills to pay and I had to take care of my son. Long story short, I ended up at the strip club. The strip club was downtown DC. It was white people in there and no one had to touch me. So I felt like, hey, easy money. Unfortunately for me, I was born a black woman and I had a little bit more ass than the regular girls that was working there. So it was one girl who was in there, she told me that maybe I would do better at a predominantly black club, and that's exactly what I did. So I left the white strip clubs and I went straight to the black strip clubs, and just in the first night of me working, I made over $500, which was basically my rent. My rent at the time was like $475. It was more money than I had made in one day ever in my life, and that's how my strip club chronicles started. Me being in the strip club was definitely supposed to be something temporary, but it ended up being something that I ended up doing for years. I ended up having another child while I was in the strip club, and I had him and I went right back to the strip club, right back to modeling, publishing in magazines and doing all of that. So I did that for a good 6-7 years of my life, and when I started to realize that I was getting older, my sons was getting older, and I just didn't want to be that mom in the strip club. So I decided that I need to find a way to get my ass out of the strip club. And it was so hard that I didn't want to feel like a hypocrite by going to church. I didn't want to do this and do that. And personally within myself, I was between religions. I didn't know if I wanted to stick with my Christianity or if I was still going back and forth with my Islamic faith. So I kind of centralized in between there, and I remembered as I was a little girl, my mom, she always had crystals. So I really just started researching them. And as I researched them, I just started to fall in love with them. And as I started to fall in love with these crystals, I found out that you can actually use egg-shaped crystals to put inside of you to release past life traumas. Now, being in the strip club and doing a whole lot of things that I was doing, from drugs, drinking, men, all different types of things, I needed to clean my whole body of all of these negative energies, past life traumas, bad vibrations, and all of this stuff. So I started to use the crystals. When I started to use the crystals, I just really became really into it. Before I know it, I was telling all of my friends about it, and as I was telling all of my friends about it, no one really believed me. Then before I knew it, I was actually really out of the strip club. I've been out of the strip club for years now. It's probably one of the best things that I have ever done. I look back and I see it's girls who started before me who are still in the strip club. And I thank God every day that I was able to pull myself out of that lifestyle and find something better for me. I'm now into my calling, the calling that God has set before me. Not only am I healing women, I'm empowering women daily, and on top of that, I'm empowering myself, creating a platform for women to build their businesses, to build bonds, not only with businesses, but with friendships that last a lifetime. So I'm just really enjoying being myself, finally comfortable in my skin, and creating a platform and just being the connector that everybody needs to win. I am definitely going to create some more video footage to elaborate on each section of my life in detail, but I just wanted you to get a little bit of a vibe for me so that you can understand me, my energy, and where I come from. I want everybody, not only do I want you to subscribe, like, and follow me on all of my social media platforms. On IG, that's MZTREASUREGEMZ. I am the Yoniologist. I want you to grab my book at Amazon.com, or you can grab it on my website, www.treasuregems.com. And not only do I want you to shop my book, shop all of our holistic healing products that go from everything that you need from head to toe, internally and for your body.